stopped off at Russell. They had a handy Tim Hortons, Subway, country store all wrapped up into one. Woke up this morning. Brandon was sunny, nice, warm. You can see the sky. Not so much right now. But I do love this trip. 12 hours, and I'm crossing the better part of 3 provinces, doing an average of, let's say 110, 120, yeah, we'll say that. Plus I need to pass, but that's what I generally do anyways when I'm driving. I go to speed of traffic and just fast enough to keep me engaged and passing traffic, not driving like an idiot. Horizon to horizon. Doesn't matter if I look left, right, or center. At some point I may be hitting into rain. That'll be a bonus. Clean off some of the plugs in the windshield, but I'll still have a messy plus pressure wash later. I do love the scenery. Plus the morning cup of joe. Did a lot of long distance driving when I first joined. Before I had my license, I would do the trips from London, Ontario to Petawawa, usually in an MLVW. First tour to Cyprus, had enough money for getting my first car. 4-cylinder Mustang, hatchback. From that point on until pretty well I got married, at least once a year, often twice a year, I'd drive back down to Halifax, Nova Scotia. My block lead. Okay. Those trips are fun. I normally start whenever we got dismissed and keep driving. Sometimes it would be through the night. Other times it would be first thing in the morning. And crap, I can't remember how much or what the typical time frame was. Pretty sure I used to do it in about 14 hours. Now look at me, doing it again. More importantly, able to do it again. Navigating the bus without needing it lowered. And I'm moving better. I've already passed that pickup truck before. I recognize this rust spot. So anyways, that was me traveling to Russell. Next stop, wherever GPS tells me, will be in Saskatchewan. Get the time change at some point along the way. And it's less dictated by me needing to use the bathroom and more when there's death going near E. At that point, find a half decent gas station that sells it. Do a pit stop there. Top up my tanks, throw the extra boxes so that we've got spare depth for work throughout the week. And go from there. Come on up this hill we go. Okay. What's going on with me? As I said before, I believe I did, I'll be getting home hopefully by close to 10ish. After washing the vehicles. The dog's still up, I'll take him for a quick neighborhood walk and stretch it cobwebs. by me, lost in thought and enjoying it. Got to remember to load up the bike again for Monday, start my routine for that. However, I've got a lot of tasks on the go for the last week or so that I haven't been getting my 10th distance in. But what I've been doing has been working. And really enjoying that. Hey, this week's better than last week. That is a bit surprising as well, because any point along the way for the last year or so, I would have been content just to achieve that. I could have wrote that out. Sunset. But you feel you got room to improve. Why not improve? And accept it when it does happen. Alright, Saskatoon, 408 kilometers. Yay. Gotta remember though, I've got my ceiling hatch open, so if it does start raining, I'm going to need to pull over and close that. That just keeps the air circulating. And then enter that weather system that's been socked in around Alberta for the last few days, giving much needed rain, making the bugs mad. Recharging the rivers and the reservoirs. Traffic. Mirrors are set up so that my larger one will pick them up first and it covers most of my blind spot. My lower one, when I see them, tells me I've got 10 feet in front of them. Only notice the odd trucker give me the headlight flash saying it's okay to go in. I tap back the courtesy light flash back to him. This bus actually has a button for it. Just blinks your rear lights twice. Failing that, or if you don't have that in your vehicle, hit your hazards lights for about a second, 2 seconds, turn them on. Works well for allowing people in at the on-ramps, off-ramps, especially on the head. Okay, another thing about these trips, there's normally a podcast going on in my ear. I flip it up, geopolitical, general overall news. Then I hit people I follow who tend to take a centric approach to how they gather news, and tend not to be hard left or right, tend to give their assessments. What's important for me, they acknowledge when they goofed. What else I find helps is I go in the comments, check out added context with other people. Kind of helps that I know enough about most of the subjects that I follow that I can spot the people who are talking out of their butts versus the dreamers or the willfully ignorant. They have fun with that. I finally managed to tone down my need to reply instinctive responses for that, and I'm a lot better off for it. Whether you realize it or not, especially if you're prone to rage bait or triggered to respond to what you see as something egregious, your stress tabs are opening up. Yeah, don't deny it. Not good for you in the long run. Not good for you when it comes to clarity. The whole fight or flight aspect comes in. You tend to see things only as black and white instead of the many shades of gray or technicolor. You lack context. And from experience, you're the one that has to figure that out to gain the context. Other people can't tell you. You'll either completely disagree with them or just nod their head, nod your head. Do the same thing anyways, just because you don't have it. My perspective. Overall, what's going on in the world right now as I see it? South of the border's got a major issue that is about to hit its tipping point. Mid-July. That's my next background marker, my next route marker. Things are going to crash. Globally, oh yeah, absolutely. But it's going to hit America pretty bad. Canada, yeah, we'll feel it. We're feeling it now. No matter what you think of that, what's it called? Technical recession. Yeah. Single digit percentage point. Got a lot of mileage out of it, didn't they? Careful what you wish for, though, because you also got a lot of people looking at you. Those hyping it up. Wondering what planet you live in. Rand war. Rand's waiting for the same thing that I'm expecting to happen. They can hold out until July easily. They just need to show that they can stand up and survive what America can bring to the table right now. They're not doing too bad of a job for it. Good idea ferries may open up its eyes on Cuba. That one's too funky to call right now. As for us, we're actually not looking that bad. Once you remove the noise and start getting the effects of change of direction we've been taking. Does it mean we're going to turn our backs on America? No, absolutely not. But at the same time, I've got no issues with what's going on right now. I see military dealing with cash infusion it hasn't seen since crap, hell, even before I was in reserves. Mulroney's white paper was the closest thing that came to it. That was a pipe dream. Now, though, looking at a dozen subs, should find that out in a couple of weeks. I'm still leaning towards, I see 4 from the German, Scandinavian Consortium, and the rest from Korea. Yeah, I get it about mixed fleet. I also get both those companies are bringing in their own cheddar to the conversation on what other side benefits you get. The whole HIMARS thing. That was played in many ways a Sunday, and it's a bad thing. At the same time, you still got the F-35 being used as a bargaining chip. Frankly, with everything that's been going on south of the border, can't say I fault them for it. And I'm a big fan of single platform planning. That was before the last couple of years gained focus. And as much of a pain in the butt, dual air fleet huge. Revitalize our aerospace industry in a manner that would cost us a ton more to do it on our own. On top of that, that'll give us a leg up to the loyal wingman, next generation of fighters, support fighters, whatever you want to call them, drones. That'll help leverage our sensor capability. Speaking of sensors, toss in the Australian radar. That's still under memo of understanding as far as I'm tracking, but it'll come out in its wash, come out in the wash. So all in all, yeah, we're going to be in for a painful year or so. Pretty sure none of us will go the way south of the border painters and will. Maple Mag is still doing their thing, but as I've maintained in the beginning, the math is not working for Alberta. It's not working for percentage of population. It's not working for politicians who got elected on a platform that did not resemble what they've turned it into. The lack of better words, plebiscite on a referendum, yeah, breaks all the rules. Clear, concise question. It's just a grab bag of crapola thrown out to say, look, I'm being effective. Yeah, right. I don't see Danielle Smith surviving this. Not to mention the voter list that got shared wrongly. The main person involved with that decided to go down to Texas. Granted, as long as POTUS is who he is, there might not be an extradition. Might not. And you got the whole slew of grandbaggers. Flashbacks to the trucker convoy. Joy. I wouldn't trust them with my wallet, yet so many people seem to. Buddy, it's minor construction. You really don't need to go this slow, and this windshield is filthy. Now they're working on ditches. Drainage system. And once I can stop paying as much attention to this as I am, I'll get back to my regular cruising speed. Where was I? Maple Maga. Yeah, best thing for the Liberal Party since sock puppet. Unintended consequences. And I do get a chuckle every time I get accused of being a liberal or lefty this or whatever. It's like, yeah, no, I just don't want to play those tribal games. And I've said that long enough that if you're conditioned to accuse me of being that way, it's your issue, not mine. Alright, I got 100, but double solid line. At least Buddy's picking it up. Don't make me break out the air horn. Okay, what else? Ukraine war. Said before, I'd be surprised if it goes well into the winter. We're at that stage of the game, and I've maintained from about the second or third month in. Ukraine doesn't lose. Russia doesn't win. Cheese curd is done. How'd that turn out? how is that looking so far? I don't make my calls out of thin air. And ultimately for Russia, they were that messed up. They are that corrupt. That it would have taken a miracle for them to successfully do it by the second or third one. But such is life. Oh great, I got a stop sign. Stop light. Oh well. What are we at for time for this? 22 minutes. Wow. Long one. Alright. While I'm waiting, I'll let this one go. You guys have a good day.